Elder Spirit. It's 1628, Thursday, August 20th, 2026. Um, yeah. So anyway, let's talk for a moment. Top secret, secure, compartmentalized information facility access. TSSCIF access. That's basically top secret skip access. Okay. How it is that I am the object, I'm the asset in an investigation around terrorism stemming from the late 90s to the present. Okay. And the president, so please stay with me. I believe that the FBI quietly set a necessary precedent. Have any of you been wondering why the president is hosting meetings in other people's countries? Why Pete Hegseth is having lunch over tea outside of a military facility and not inside of these government spaces, so to speak? I'm being a little bit facetious. I don't believe that they've been given full uh, security clearance. I know what it took for me to get my background check. First of all, the paperwork in paper form is literally kind of like this big. Okay, we're talking about 7 to 10 years of your lived history, everything, your financial record, the people that you keep time with, the people that you work with, the people that you happen to interact with over a certain number of hours in a week, where you volunteer, where you donate your money, how you spend it, whom you spend it with. That extra credit card that your wife don't know about, but the government does, type shit. So now let us go back to the current president's original administration when he did not follow appropriate protocols, and that triggered a bunch of alarms and investigations, and people's background checks had to be checked. Now, when he came in this time, he stopped people from getting new background checks. Um, my ex-husband was in military intelligence. He was an intelligence analyst. Um, when the first time that he deployed, I was the FRG leader. I was 23. The general's wife was sitting at my knee with my child on her lap drinking Kool-Aid while we were determining what we were going to do when they were deployed. We were one of the first FRG units, so to speak. That was garrison level, right? General garrison level command. Okay. My ex husband would go on to brief retired General Lloyd Austin. So I'm not that far removed from the current political climate. And because we were married, he was my bedfellow. They are concerned about him having pillow talked to me. What I may have heard in relationship to terrorism, not what he was doing at work, you see. He's an American citizen. I'm an American citizen. He had me investigated as a terrorist and a foreign national at that. He used everyone else's lack of understanding around the fact that we got married in Denmark and that I was in Germany, making them believe that I was not an American citizen when I was, you see. And because this current administration had no idea, this was the time for him to make that play. A bunch of dingbats who couldn't get TSSCI access. So, you know, you can blow smoke up they. It doesn't technically affect the president until it does. When there is a cascade of failures, because the information that he's putting out is not compartmentalized. It's also not safe. It's also not accurate. At first, it was okay. Now, however, his inaccuracies are getting people killed. Was it four service members who died in a training accident recently? People are jumping off of ships. It's time for my ships to come in for no other reason than I can turn a bunch of these people in. And then I know what it takes to lead this country. I've been doing it since I was 23, basically. That's how many presidents, command staff. Actually, you can go back to younger than that. My mother passed away in 1996. Clinton wrote her a letter then. I argued or debated as Clinton when I was a teenager in high school. That was like 1991 ish. I was built for this. My mother knew that. She told me when I was 16. You need to be able to speak to the general, the boardroom, and the streets too. And I popped my shit fabulously. So much so, one video speaks to all of you at one time. That's talented. That's gifted. Because you know Donald Trump don't speak the same language as the little homie on the street, but he keep a beat with me. How that is. Professional gravitas rather than groveling. I recognize the level of professionalism that it takes to be elected to the president. I also recognize the level of professionalism it takes for someone to unravel that bitch. And he hasn't unraveled it. And in his unraveling, we have learned a lot of things about American society, citizenship, and everything. There's someone in this room who does not want me to speak kindly on Donald Trump. That's an unfortunate human being. You see, the president of this country never thought he'd be able to identify with someone like my cousin Demario. But my cousin Demario was a felon, you see. And so is the current president. And when I asked him, how would you like for them do your legacy the same way that they did his, Demario's that is, and I took him down through there, you know, he understood. He's just a richer shade of blue. You don't know that song? You should look it up. Class of 3000 from Andre 3000. A rich shade of blue. Y'all look at him and you see money, you see all the trappings of opportunity, and you don't remember the part about trappings. Being rich is a trap. He grew up in a trap house. Not literally, I'm saying figuratively here, ladies and gentlemen. He couldn't get out if he wanted to. If daddy gave you $1 million and said, do this, this, and this. What would you do? Oblige him until he's no longer here, at least. And then you have to figure out who you're going to be without him. Why do you think that that takes place at a particular age rather than when they're no longer here? Or you no longer care to hear their perspective on you anymore. And for the record, how long ago do you believe that the current president closed his ears on you motherfuckers out here, claiming to be his peers and not allowing him the same opportunities and failure that you opportune yourself with? Can I get a witness? It's a Thursday, bitch. How many of you are out here in your main character role, expecting everybody else to understand what it is that you're going through, but you don't give a damn about what they go? You tell them, we all got something going on in our lives. Donald Trump making us miserable. Is he? Is he? Or are you making us miserable with your shitty ass attitude and your unwillingness to support society because you believe that socialism is communism and no one wants to commune with you? Now, why might they not want to commune with you? Uh, Don't be blaming nobody else now. What is it about you that makes no one want to spend time with you? Hmm. I just saw by Yolanda Adams. She said, "Alone in the room, it's just me and you. I feel so lost. I don't know what to do. Ashamed of afraid of disappointing you." Now, in the words to that song, it's who she talking to. If she's alone in a room, it's just me and you. Who's you? Who's she singing to? Are there three people present? Is it her, God, and the Holy Spirit? Is it her or someone else talking to God for guidance? I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today, because my world just seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure. I open my heart to you. When was the last time you opened your heart to anybody? Anything? When was the last time that you recognized you have a heart? When was the last time you felt it beating? When was the last time you heard it beating in your ears and it wasn't out of fear? When was the last time you made your heart race? When was the last time you realized that that person who makes your heart flutter could be something there? You might have to care. That's that secure information you don't want to tell anybody. So you keep it hidden, compartmentalized in the back of your mind. All of those little things though take up space. They're little boxes of emptiness. As you get to replace them with secure parameters, boundaries, standards, orders, all the things that you need to protect yourself, your community, your society, and your country from infiltration, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. It's you who has to do the work. You, self, Lord, and Master. Why? Sometimes sounds like I, sometimes sounds like E, sounds like Islam to me. I slam those who disagree with me politically. Personally, you're absolutely entitled to your belief systems and or your opinions. Just remember, opinions are like assholes, and whatever you choose to consume comes out the same way, so to speak. Those of you who've eaten Taco Bell recently, I'm sure you fully understand. My name is Janine Christie Hill. I'm running for president from homelessness. Feel free to peruse all my social medias and do that damn thing.